Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode here in NHL 21. So in last episode, we took on the New Jersey Devils in the conference finals for the first time in our franchise's history, technically, I guess you could say, but also for the first time in this series, and it was not a very close matchup for the most part. We dropped the first 3 games, and then we eventually won 2 in a row, and we thought we could come back, but then we eventually lost in Game 6, so we came that close to actually getting the series back to 7 games. There was a late goal by Tulola, I think it was, that eliminated us. And unfortunately, we couldn't go to a 7th game, which who knows, we could have potentially won. And yeah, Colorado ended up winning the cup against the New Jersey Devils. So that really good goal scorer and Rizzy in Colorado ended up winning the Stanley Cup, as well as 4 other players that used to play for us, including Dylan Larkin, Philip Zadina, Nils Hoglander, and Liam Foudy even were all there in Colorado. So a lot of our former players are going on and winning Stanley Cups, which is a little pain in the ass because obviously we've been thinking our team have been competitive with those guys, but then they go on to win a cup with a different team, which kind of sucks. So anyways, we are up here almost at the draft and hoping that our team could be really good for next season. It's going to be a little bit of a tough off season again in terms of letting go of guys who have been here for a while, just because in terms of our all expiring contracts, as you can see, Matthews needs a contract. He's going to be a big contract to get back. Wall is going to be pretty expensive. We're probably going to drop Heinola again and Nolan, and maybe even the guys like Petrovic. We might drop Savonin because he's probably going to be asking for a decent amount when we get to the Resign Stage. Tucker's definitely coming back, and Wong are coming back. And we might let go of guys like Rafael Ouellette just because we do have guys that could jump up from the AHL. So yeah, it's going to be a tough offseason for this team, but I'm hoping that we could be competitive again next year and maybe we could win a Stanley Cup because we don't really got a lot of time left in this franchise mode. I think this franchise goes up till 43, 44, so we might only have like 10 more seasons left, maybe 11 seasons left, but we don't have a lot of time left to win a Stanley Cup, so hopefully we could do so. And yeah, we do have a few comments to go over before we actually sim up to the draft. So the first one is from HawksFan88. He says, tough way to end the season. I think you should definitely bring back Matthews and Wall since you do have about $44 million to work with to re-sign these guys. They are the must-keep pieces of the team, which I totally agree with. I totally agree with that because obviously without Wall, I mean, Biggs could step up and be that offensive defenseman we need, but other than that, we don't really have an offensively inclined defender. And then also Matthews is a very important center to this team because for some reason, after I recorded last episode, I looked and Coley Minen dropped back down to an 84, which I don't understand, and he's got low top 9 potential. He's still making $11.7 million, but he does still put up pretty good numbers, so I just don't know why his overall and potential randomly dropped off a cliff because he is still putting up really good numbers with us. So hopefully this doesn't turn out to be a really bad contract that I gave him, but if it is, then it's not the end of the world. But our team still has a pretty deep center core, but without Matthews, it's a little bit risky because I don't think Coley Minen actually fits our top line that well. He best fits our third line, so. But yeah, I was also talking to Hawks fan about who we should be letting go with and stuff like that. He says, I think we should let go of Nolan and Savonin because of how much they want. We could find some cheaper options, so we might let go of Savonin. I have to see still if I have the cap space afterwards. But Nolan for sure is going to be dropped, even though we did just sign him last offseason. I was also asking him about what we should be giving to like guys like Wall and Matthews in terms of contracts. He says try 7 years at a little over $10 million with Wall, or with Matthews, and then Wall 4 years at $11 million. I don't know if we're going to get now Matthews Wall down to that much because at this very moment, Wall wants like for 4 years, he wants like 14 mil. So it's going to be kind of tough, I think, to get his contract to being what we want. But yeah, we also have to give a contract to Punos, who's going to want a decent amount of money. I'll probably just give him a 1-year deal, and then he will be a UFA next offseason. if we don't re-sign him. Next comment here is from WMRA. He says 2258, pain, just pain. It's probably talking about the goal that eliminated us, I would assume, and yeah, it definitely was pain. And then he also says Bure and Heinrich might be good draft options though. So let's take a look at the draft class again. A little bit of a late start to this episode because obviously I have to go through all these little parts of the comments. So he says Bure and Heinrich. They're supposed to go probably around our spot, I'm guessing, or did I miss them already? Yeah, I might have missed them already. He said Bure and Heinrich, but they're probably way too early in the draft is the only problem. Right? Or did I miss them? Where the heck are they? Gotta go by alphabetical order, because I don't know where they are. I know I saw them last time I was recording. Bure, where are you? Oh, there he is. Yeah, Bure might be pretty solid, like, for a goaltending prospect. If we want to bring in a goalie. He's probably an elite goalie. We could probably get him in the second round. I don't know for sure, though. And then Heinrich, he was saying, I don't know if Heinrich's another goalie or not. Kind of sounds that I have to sort this by alphabetical order to find these guys, because I honestly don't know where they were going in the draft. Otherwise, Heinrich might be a goalie, too. I just don't remember, because it's been a while since I've recorded. Heinrich. Oh, we already just passed him, didn't we? No? Oh, Henrik. That's how it is, not Heinrich. He is a power forward. Yeah, he could be technically our first round pick. He looks pretty good. If we have a pick around that spot, which we might not. I don't remember where we're drafting. We're probably like 28th. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get him unless we try and move up. So, but yeah, that's Davis Heinrich. So thanks for that comment, WMRA. And the final comment is from Kevin Jimina. He says, so close, I hope this team will be able to make it and win the Stanley Cup soon, which I agree with. I hope this team could finally get it done at one point. Even if we lose like a lot of our veterans that we've had here for years, I really hope this team could win a cup, because after this offseason, I think Dingman's contract is up, and then there's guys like Biggs that their contracts are starting to almost end as well. So we're going to have to dish out even more expensive contracts, so it's going to be a tough situation if we don't win soon. So anyways, let's sim up to this draft already, because we have talked for like 7 minutes already. So the Islanders have won the draft lottery, followed by Washington, Edmonton, Philly, and Montreal. I don't think we're going to make any trades in this episode, but we definitely will make some maybe in the offseason if we need to. Okay, so here are the retirements for the season. So Draisaitl, Matthews, Marner. So we're losing a lot of the old veterans that were young at the start of this. Dylan Larkin even retires. Our former player retires with a Stanley Cup. He won 2 of them after leaving us. Wow. Line also retires. Okay, any other former players of ours? I don't know if I'll recognize all our former players. Kubalik, there's another former player of ours from way back. Just in case any of you wanted to remember that. Ethan Bear, another former player of ours. I don't think we had Jack Roslovic, did we? I don't think so. No, I don't think we did. Dennis Chalowski, another retired player from our old days. All of our past players are retiring. It's kind of a sad day, isn't it? What else we got? Once we start losing guys that we've actually drafted and stuff like that, it's going to be even more sad probably. So there is all the retirements. And then, let's see. In terms of goalies, Georgiev is the best. Nedeljkovic. None of these are our former goalies. Chris Kong retires at 26. What the heck? This guy was undrafted, but that is kind of interesting. I don't know if this guy's a real player or not, but call this guy King Kong. Interesting. Coach retirements, we lost Graham Willits in Grand Rapids, who I don't know who that is, so there you go. And we did lose 1 scout. And draft interviews, we will not do those. But let's get into this draft and see what we can pick up here. Hopefully we can pick up some good pieces for this team. So we have, what pick is it? We have the 28th pick. So yeah, we probably can't get Heinrich unless we try and move up to 26, which Florida has. So we could try and move up to try and get this guy. So if we're going to do that, we'll obviously have to give our 28th pick. And then we have to probably throw in, like, I could throw in our 7th round pick, honestly. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. So 7th and 28th. That's rejected. Close in value. I'm only trying to move up 2 spots, so I don't really know if I want to give up a 6th. Is there any prospects that you guys like that I don't really have any use for? No, they don't like our prospects. I guess I could just give a 6th. We're a contending team anyways, it doesn't really matter. So 1st and 6th for 26, and that is accepted. So we move up 2 spots just to take that guy that WMRA mentioned, potentially. Let's see these first 5 picks. So the Islanders are going to take Pogge, who is an 82 sniper. Pretty good looking player actually, 92 shooting across the board. Maybe a future like 59 goal scorer like that Henley guy in Colorado. Brennan's number 2, a two-way forward, going to the Caps. Howes goes to Edmonton, who's a power forward, interesting. Rentoul, another two-way forward, goes to Philadelphia. I almost said Phoenix for some reason. And Bush goes to Montreal. Rudolph Bush, that is a really weird name. Interesting. Let's him to our pick at 26, and yep, we could still get Heinrich, I think. He's probably just going to be a top 6. Or did he go already? Are you kidding me? I think he went already. Wow, he went all the way here at 23. He was supposed to go 26. God damn it, Buffalo. Of course, after I screwed Buffalo out in the first round, they end up taking Heinrich. He's a grinder, so I mean, that's okay that we didn't get him. But I traded up to get this pick, so I literally just got rid of a 6th round pick for no reason. Is Foss going to be a top 6 prospect? Probably. And this defenseman doesn't look great. There is Weller. He doesn't look great though. LeClaire. Lutzer. Lutzer looks pretty good actually. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to go with Lutzer. Clarence Lutzer. From the Winnipeg Ice. Why not? And he's a 65 power forward top 6. That's not too bad. Looks pretty good in terms of his shooting. Hopefully he develops, because some late round picks don't develop. So to our next pick in the 2nd round, potentially a low elite offensive defenseman. I think I'm definitely going to go with Martin Bertram. Yeah, we're going to go with Martin Bertram. We do need defensemen, so why not? And he's a low top 4, god damn it. I thought he was going to be a low elite. But a medium elite defenseman went right before, and that is Willie Frank. Some of these names are funny to look at. Willie Frank, what a name. Let's see what we get here in the 3rd round. Bomick might be a top 6 forward. He actually looks okay. Yeah, I think we're just going to take Doug Bomick. He's 20 years old already. He's the only problem, but he is top 9, 65 overall, so maybe he develops. He has actually some okay attributes, so he might be like an AHL top 6 forward at some point. 4th round. Yeah, this draft class is not looking as good anymore. Goalie and Earl Spezza. Let's sort by potential. And if there's no potential, I might just auto-sim the rest. Even though I might go the WMRA WMRA method, I call it. Justice Kadri. Yeah, it doesn't look like a good draft. Yeah, I think I'm just going to auto-sim the rest of this, to be honest, because it doesn't look like it's worth my time. So we're just going to auto-sim the rest of this draft. And then we're going to get into the Resign Stage already. So the computer got us Blum, Skewin, and Fichot. Okay. So, Resign Stage, this is going to be the most important part of this episode, as it always is, because we got to get back some pretty big contracts. And there you go, Tarasov. Perfect. But yeah, let's see if we can get those guys on some decent contracts. I actually wrote down some projected contracts that I'd like to offer some players, so we are going to try those out. So we got to go to our all expiring. So Matthews, I said that we would give him like a 6-year deal at 10.35. I'm going to offer a contract to Matthews and Wall first, and then we will start addressing some other players. I'm already going to let go, though, of guys like Heinola, because I don't really want to bring him back, and Dylan Nolan. Going to let go of them. And then we're going to wait on a lot of these other guys, I think, first before we actually offer them contracts. I might have to let go of Miwi, though, because we do have another AHL goalie coming in. So, Matthews. We are going to see if he would take a 6-year deal. Man, he wants $13,875. That's a lot of money. I mean, I could give him an 8-year deal, but I would try 6 years first. So let's try to 10.35. If he doesn't accept this, then we're going to have to give him more than that. But yeah, this is going to be a very tough offseason for us. 10.35 for 6 years. I don't know if he's going to accept that, to be honest. I wrote down for Wall potentially a 6-year deal at 12.1. But he's asking for a 3-year deal, so I'm going to try a 3-year deal at the same cost, which is 12.1. I was thinking of offering him. I'll try 12 million for 3 years, see if he's okay with that. Well, we're going to just qualify Wong and stuff already for now, just in case it takes too long to re-sign these guys. And yeah, well, he wants a one-way deal. Okay, so Ramjesing might be in the lineup this year. And let's actually go down to these AHL players already. So we're going to let go of these guys, some of them, because some of them aren't going to pan out. But yeah, I really hope we could get Matthews and stuff back on decent contracts, because it's going to be really tough if we don't. Pedersen, we don't need to bring you back. I'll just qualify all these RFA guys that are in the AHL. And then Johansson's one of our only defenders down there, so we'll give him a contract. Oh man, I'm nervous that we're not going to get some of these guys back that I really want to get back. As I always like keeping my drafted players as long as possible. I don't know about you guys, but Rudder, we're going to qualify you. Morales, see if we could get you back for the AHL. Man, there's a lot of RFAs still in the AHL. See if we get Laddie back still, because he's been a consistent AHL player for us. We're going to let go of Yakupov for now. And then Ramjesing's already qualified, which is good. We'll wait on the other UFAs. I think I'm going to let go of Fitzpatrick, though, for sure. And I feel like Nelson Perrin could go as well. Yeah, I think we're going to let go of Nelson Perrin. Nelson Perrin was with us for the last, like, I don't know how many years, 6, 7 years? He was kind of a depth option this season. He's a really good face-off man, but I don't think we're going to need him anymore. So, going to let him go. And then, yeah, the rest of these guys we're going to have to wait on once we find out. I think once we get these AHL goalies back. I don't know if I should bring back Mui. And then Nguyen we'll wait on for a second. And I will qualify Punos for the second. Let's see if we get Matthews and Wall. Those are the big ones I'm waiting on first. And then we will decide if we can give these other ones. He's going to reject this deal. I want to win, and I don't think this team is going to be in a position to win anytime soon. More money might change my mind, okay? So you want more money. Oh, I just passed Wall. I don't know if Wall accepted. Wall did not accept. Oh, yeah, I knew this was going to be tough. We have $45 million in cap space as well. Okay, so I'll do a 6-year deal at 13 for Matthews. We might have to trade away somebody that has a big contract eventually at some point. And yeah, we'll do 3 years for you, Wall, and we will talk you down to like 12.5 maybe. And then yeah, those guys are qualified. I could still lose Petrovic. I could probably be fine with losing Savonin. Oh, this is going to be a tough offseason. I might let go of Ouellet though. We'll see, though, once we get Matthews and Wall, because those are the ones I want to get back first. So, Wall has accepted. Okay, we got Wall back. That is one of the 2 pieces. Now we need to get back Matthews. I think I might just give him what he wants for 6 years. Like 13. Let's do 13.8. And then we have to look at these other dudes. So, Rayom I'm going to let go of as well for now. He was a depth option we signed. I'm just going to let go of guys I know I could bring back in free agency if need be. Petrovic and Savonin and Ouellet I'll wait on, though, for a little bit. But who knows, they might come back. And Nguyen, he doesn't want a whole lot of money. I could offer him like 1.9 maybe for 1 year. See if he'll accept that. And then I think we'll let go of Mui, even though he's been a long time AHL goaltender for us. I think it's time to let him go. because we already have a lot of AHL goalies. So best of luck in free agency, Mui. I don't think you're going to sign anywhere, but we need to let you go. So let's advance the day again, see if we get Matthews, because that's the most important one. He's still rejecting. Come on, Matthews. We need you back, man. We don't have a lot of days left to get you back. So I will offer Matthews. I'll give him an 8-year deal if he wants to. 8-year deal. We're going to have to give him more than he wants, which kind of sucks, but 14.6 for 8 years. I could still lose Petrovic if I want to. Savonin I will probably try and get back maybe. Okay, let's advance a day. And Matthews is accepted. Okay, so we got Matthews on an 8-year extension, which leaves us with $20 million in cap space. And we still need to get Punovs back. So Punovs we're going to leave there as an RFA for now. Nguyen rejected. Would Nguyen accept 1 year at $2 million? That will leave us with $18 million in cap space. These guys are going to get... Yeah, I could definitely do like 3 years at like 1.75. Would you accept that? And then I will try and talk you down as well to like 3 years at 17. Try and get these guys as cheap as possible. Yeah, we'll try and get you down to like $1 million for 2 years. And then I think I'm going to let go of Ouellette. I don't think Ouellette wants a whole lot, though, is the only thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to let go of Ouellette. Even though he had a game-winning goal for us in the playoffs, I think I would like to replace him with Nikita Alexandrov or Garrison, who could potentially come up. So, Rafael Ouellette, even though you were with us for only a tiny bit, we're going to let you go to free agency. We could always bring you back in next episode, but I'm going to let you go for now. And then I'm still going to wait on Petrovic and Savonin once I find out if these other guys accept their contracts. Jeez, yeah, we could try and get Punovs down to 1 year at like 6. Or let's try 5.95. Oh man, these contracts. I hate the contract situation sometimes when you have to let go of players that you don't want to. Looks like everybody's accepting, I think. Yep, everybody so far is accepting. Wong did not accept yet. Tucker didn't accept yet. But they are RFAs, which is good. Nguyen's rejected. We have 19 million cap space to get these guys back. We actually might be able to do this. Would you accept the 1 year 125? 1 year, we'll try and get you down to 6.5. Or, yeah, 6.5. Man, I hate this situation. We'll wait on Petrovic and Wong. Actually, wait, is there 30 days in June? Yeah, I think there is. So these guys would hit the free agency if I don't sign them now. Let's just see if we could get Savonin back on a 1 year deal at like 4.9. And then I think I'm gonna let go of Petrovic for now, but I might bring him back because he's still pretty cheap. Actually, we could try and offer him like a 1.8. And then those other guys are RFAs still. Let's advance. Wait, unsigned players. What do you mean? I don't know who they're talking about. Who are they talking about? Oh yeah, Nguyen. We gotta wait on Nguyen. Nguyen might hit the free agency as well. There's a good chance we lose Nguyen, unless we want to get him back. Those guys are all qualified. Okay. Moment of truth. Did we get any of these guys back? Savonin has accepted. Wow, okay. Thank you, Savonin. Petrovic has accepted. Nguyen has rejected. So we might have to still bring back Nguyen in free agency, but he does not look like he's going to come back unless we want to try and offer him a little bit more money. Punovs has accepted the 1 year deal as well as an RFA. Let's see what we got here still. So we do still have Wong, Tucker, and Ramsey that need contracts. Okay. And we got $9 million in cap space. So I will go to those RFAs and already offer some of them contracts. Can I do 2 years at $2 million for you, Mr. Wong? And Tucker, I'll do 2 years or 3 years for you. Talk you down to $18.50. And we'll just give Ramsey a one-way deal, even though I'm kind of skeptical about it. Yeah, we'll just do 1.1. But once we get those guys back, we are probably only going to be at like 6 million in cap space, so we're going to only be able to afford like a backup goalie. I think if we want to bring back Nguyen, we could probably bring him back. But right now we got Punos as our starting goalie. We don't have a backup, so that's something we need. Defensively, let's go by overall. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 defensemen. So Ramjasin could be our 6th defenseman this year. It's not too bad. And then in terms, we could use a depth defenseman as well. So let me write down some of the stuff already. So we need 1 backup goalie. We need 1 depth defenseman. And then in terms of right wingers, we could play Dingman, Bullion, even Alexandrov and Garrison could play in the NHL this year. We could give them that opportunity. So let's say we have 4 players right there, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10. We could probably use a couple more forwards. Wait, did I count that right? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, we might have 12 players, so we might need to just sign 2 depth players if we want to play Alexandrov and Garrison in the lineup. So let's take a look at what we could get in free agency, and then that'll be it for this episode. But yeah, I don't know how this team is going to be next year. I think we're going to be pretty good still, but I'm kind of skeptical about not having a good, solid backup goaltender potentially. Like if we look, let's see what's available goalie-wise. Yeah, see, Nguyen could still be the best affordable option for us to get a backup goalie, but we could go after another backup goalie if we want to. Nguyen's been a pretty solid player for us for multiple years as a backup, so it would hurt to lose him, but we could let him go if we want to. There's a lot of other goalie options out there, like Winnick even we could sign. We could just technically sign any of these guys to like a 1-year deal. Wow, this guy's an 85 low starter and he's at least 26 years old, but he only wants $1.45 million. What the heck? Why does this guy want so little of a contract? That is weird. This guy might be an interesting option, but he is listed as a starter, so that's not what we really need. There's also Stahlberg. Okay. So yeah, it's going to be kind of tough. We're going to have to find a backup goaltender, and then depth defenseman wise, let's see, we're going to have to find somebody that's relatively cheap because we don't have a lot of cap to work with. Luckily, we only need depth pretty much. Like Richie, Salvador Richie, he actually has bad defensive awareness. I want somebody with good defensive awareness. Is this guy an RFA? No, this guy's a UFA, 23 years old. Sean Bertuzzi. That might not be a bad option. Yeah, we might bring this guy in as a depth option. I forget, did he change? We can't even check if he actually matches our system because he didn't play in the NHL. So Bertuzzi might be a good depth defenseman option. And then if we were to get some depth forwards and play Garrison and Alexandrov this year, we need guys that are like 77, 78 as depth options. We could always bring back Rafael Ouellet as an option. I think that's still a logical option if we want to bring him back. He doesn't have any teams interested, but maybe we bring him in. We could always bring in... he's an RFA. Okay, I was going to say, if he's a UFA, that would have been sick to get an Yzerman to play for us. William Nylander is still kicking around, apparently. But there is some depth options out there if you guys want me to sign some depth options. Because we're probably definitely going to need it. Okay, so that's that, and let's finally take a look at the trading block, just in case we want to make any trades in the next episode, but I don't know if we will, because we don't really have a lot of cap space to work with in terms of our contracts. Like, I'm kind of worried that we're going to lose somebody big in the next few years, so like, what is it, Dingman's contract I think is up pretty soon too, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I think he's got 1 year left. So we're going to have to probably think about letting go of some players like for at least next offseason. Like Savonin, I gave him a 1 year deal only just because he's been with this team for a long time and he's been a solid defensive defenseman. So he's probably going to be one of these guys that are on the way out eventually because he's going to probably be still asking for like 5 mil. But if you guys see anything you want me to trade for, let me know. But yeah, I don't know what we want to do for next episode. We'll probably just sign some random players. And then hopefully those young guys like Alexandrov and Garrison, if we do play them in the NHL, hopefully they actually start to develop really well, because Garrison we signed as an 18-year-old, and he hasn't really developed that much in terms of overall in the system yet. But maybe if he gets some NHL time, he will. And then the other one, Alexandrov, was a former first-round pick, I think, of ours, and he's like 22 already. So he's going to be a little bit of an older rookie, but I think it's good to give those guys an opportunity, because once they actually start developing, then we could actually let go of some older players, and it won't hurt us as much. Vegas has nothing pretty much on the block yet. There's not really anything on the block as what I've seen. Yep. Okay, that's that. Okay, so let me show you guys one more thing quickly, the contracts for next season, just because you guys might want to see who's ending soon. So Dingman's going to want a big contract, like Matthews level contract. Like if we go to 8 years, this guy wants like $21 million. So yeah, that's going to be very expensive to bring back him, but obviously he will be worth it. Powell wants like $5 million, but he's an RFA, which is fine. We might end up losing Stewart potentially, and that would be a big blow to this team. He wants like $6 million. Wong's contract's going to be up probably unless we get him back for multiple years. Yeah, we have a lot of tough options for next offseason, especially. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Tigers. What the heck am I saying? I just recorded the Detroit Tigers franchise mode, so that's why I'm saying that. But Detroit Red Wings franchise mode. So in next episode, we will take it to the, not the draft, the free agency. And we will start simulating the next season, the 2034-35 season, and see if our team can actually start to play good again and maybe get past that third round. I mean, there's probably a lot of other tough teams out there that might beat us. Like Colorado probably could go to back-to-back, but they did lose Del Nark in retirement, so who knows. So anyways, let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.